When you're talking about accomplished people, knowledgeable people, people, who basically you can outsource pressure and hard work to, you got to talk about MS Dhoni. And MS Dhoni, well, MS Dhoni's not around. We don't know where he is, right? We don't know what's happening. And this is what happened. So we were talking, you're talking about press conferences, right? So this is so interesting because Virat put this out and it suddenly became this thing. And now, we can't blame them for being cagey and defensive in press conferences because he puts out this innocuous tweet, right? He's sitting at home. He gets probably this picture from somebody saying, hey, do you remember this game? He's lying on the couch watching TV, puts it out. It's a special moment in the guy's life. And everybody pounces on him saying, Dhoni's retiring. Dhoni's retiring. That's why. Just calm down, everybody. Just everybody calm down. If Dhoni is retiring, trust me, it's not Virat who's going to be putting it out. MS will be putting it out.
Exactly.
Right? He's going to be putting it out. And it's just going to come like a bolt out of the blue. In fact, when Virat was questioned so much about it, do we have what he said at the time afterwards? Let's just pull that up. He basically...
Look, experience is always going to matter, whether you like it or not. I mean, numerous number of times people have given up on sportsmen and they have proved people wrong, and he's done that many times in his career as well. So one great thing about him is he thinks for Indian cricket, and whatever we think, he's on the same page. The alignment's there. The kind of mindset he's had to groom youngsters and give people opportunities, he's still the same person. So as you rightly mentioned in the first part of the question, when you decide to stop playing is absolutely an individual thing, and no one else should have any opinion on it. That's what I think. And as long as he's available and continues to play, he's always going to be very, very valuable.
You can tell that Virat's also tired of being asked that question, right? He's asked that question a lot. Now, the thing about MS Dhoni, and he mentioned, Virat rightfully mentioned players who've sort of come back and people write them off. Roger Federer, Tiger Woods. MS Dhoni, definitely one of the all-time greats of the game. And when you pull out white ball cricket, for sure. There's this thing about MS Dhoni, a few things about him. One, grooming youngsters, absolutely right. We've seen it. Pommie, you've seen it after IPL games. He's going to be talking to the youngsters from the other team as well. It doesn't matter whether you just played against him or you play with him. Free with his knowledge, free with his time that way. Anybody you've known or you've seen in so many years, both of you are watching cricket and playing cricket, who can control the game like he does. Just control the play.
White ball cricket, I sort of go back to chasers in times past, and the one guy that keeps coming to mind all the time is, and he didn't get many plaudits for it.
Bevan?
Yeah, Michael Bevan.
Yeah.
So having played against the guy and watched him operate and seen stuff on television with how he did things without too many boundaries. The game has changed now, of course, and it's now a case of, lots and lots of boundaries, which MS can do. I would compare the two, and the comparison needs to have context. So in a time where Bevan would have to find one boundary and over, he'd know exactly where it was, and he wasn't a big hitter. He'd be able to find the gap. He'd run twos instead of look for fours. So he'd hit the 1-4 and run 2-2s, that sort of thing. And he measured it out meticulously over and over again in a side that was star-studded, right? So each time he had to do something, he'd do it when it counted. And I think that's the special quality of guys who are able to do that. So with MS Dhoni, I think that's the thing. The numbers are absolutely incredible in white ball cricket. But I think what people tend to miss is when it's done, right? Yeah. And when it's done is why it's important to the team. So the guys who are sitting in the change room, they know when it happens. So if you ask and have a chat with Sachin, with Saurav, with VVS, with Rahul, with all these guys who have been legends in their own right, and they're to describe what happened with so-and-so, they'll remember from sitting in change rooms. Ask all the guys' teammates who've seen him do it. They'll tell you, because at crucial times, and in my head as I'm saying that, I'm thinking of World Cup final in 2011. that 91 is just, it's out of this world to think that it's so crucial, it's so important, and it's a big chase. You don't just chase 290 in a final and get it, you know? And this guy has been cool, calm, collected over and over and over and over again. That's why he's such a giant in Indian cricket, you know? And when it comes to whether he's done or is not done, the one thing that Virat said there that's particularly important, it's an individual thing.
Yeah.
You don't have to guess it.
Yeah.
The guy will tell you when he's done. You don't have to guess. You don't have to say anything. When he's done, he'll come and say, I'm done.
I have only one. I mostly agree with what Pommie is saying. I have only one thing, which is that we don't need to know it. He's absolutely right. The public doesn't need to know it. But I think at some point, I would have liked, and I'm sure it must have happened, Virat, selectors, Dhoni should have had a chat saying, you know what, these are my plans, maybe I come back for this, so that when they are looking at their long-term selection plans, they have some sort of an idea saying, okay, we'll blood Rishabh, maybe we'll need a second guy, or no, if they know Dhoni is there, their plans might change. So Dhoni doesn't need to tell us. Dhoni doesn't need to tell the world, doesn't need to tell anyone else. But the people who run Indian cricket and Virat Kohli should know about Dhoni's availability. And I'm sure, I hope that's happened. I'm sure that's happened because the way Virat's talking, some communication must have happened.
Yeah, I'd be very surprised if the camp didn't know, because it's not as if you'd sort of just go AWOL, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. So the guy's not just going to disappear and say, right,
I mean,
I'm not here.
Exactly.
Hey, are you coming? Are you not? No, it's not going to happen like that.
Yeah.
But there's always this clamoring, isn't there? People are like, oh, what's Dhoni? Let's have some Dhoni stuff.
Yeah.
Is he retiring? Is he? You don't have to guess.
Yeah,
Nobody
he'll
has
tell you.
to guess.
Trust
He will
me, he'll tell you.
And it's not time yet. The guy still wants to play.
Yeah.
Play as long as you can play.
Yeah, play as long as you can play, play as long as you're fit, you're getting selected, you're valuing the India cap. There's one thing we'll tell you about MS Dhoni, and I don't think anyone will disagree with this. There's never been anyone like him. There probably never will anyone be like him, because he's just one of those special destiny's children. He really is.